Hopefully I'm in frame here. I hear a bird or something. I think it's in the house. Maybe in the tree. Anyway, so the purpose of today's video was to just kind of share what I'm thankful for. And I had this idea, not only because Thanksgiving's coming up, but lately I found myself just having really sad thoughts and like depressing thoughts of things I could have done differently in my past, thinking about where I'm at right now and comparing that to where I want to be. It's easy to get lost and get really down about yourself when you're comparing yourself to where you think you should be, or when you're reminiscing of what you used to have. And so one thing I started doing was that gratitude journal. I don't do it every day. I should, but when I have those tough days, those really bad days where I'm just in such a rut, I'm in such a funk, I'm sad, I can tell it's affecting other people, that's the last thing I want. And so what I do to get myself out of that rut is I start writing down just things that I'm thankful for and things that make me happy, right? So in this video, I was talking about how I was getting ready to go to Texas to visit my family. The day leading up to that, I was having one of those days where I was very, very sad and just reflecting on the past. And I wanted to prove to myself like it's a mindset and that I can get myself out of it. So that's what I did. I told myself, like, at the airport and on the flight, I didn't have much else to do. I didn't have any movies downloaded or anything. But I told myself I was just going to start looking for things that made me happy, like seeing the positive in the world versus looking at things in a negative way, right? So what I did, I wrote some things down here that I wanted to share. This is my short time at the airport and on the plane. Things that I saw that just made me happy and gave me hope for people. This was all leading up to the elections too, so there was a lot of hostility from a lot of people. You could tell tensions were high, and everyone was just so pitted against each other. So amidst all that, here's what I found that made me happy and gave me a positive outlook on life. So some of these things were just, they made me think about how we're all the same. We all want the same thing. We want to be happy. We want to be healthy. We want to have fun. We want to have friends. It doesn't always seem like that, but we truly all want the same things. And so some of the things that reminded me of that were when I was on the plane, I was just looking around at other people and I saw a couple rows ahead of me. Somebody, I think it was a husband and a wife or boyfriend and girlfriend. The girlfriend was asleep. And I just saw the boyfriend take his phone out and like start taking pictures of her sleeping. And like, that's exactly something I would do. And so I felt like I don't know this guy or this couple, but it's like I could tell if I talked to them, I think I would get along with them. It's just something funny that we can all laugh at and enjoy. So that was one little thing. When I was waiting to get on the plane, they made an announcement and they were like, we're looking for 2 passengers willing to sit in the emergency row. And 4 guys flew past me. They kind of like bumped into me and pushed me back. It was whatever. But they all ran up to the desk. And you could tell like these 2 guys beat the other 2 guys there. And instead of getting mad and fighting over it, because they all just wanted the extra leg room. Like, you know, that's what comes with sitting in the exit row. They all just wanted the extra leg room. But instead of all the guys fighting over the seats, the 2 guys that didn't make it in time were just like, oh man, you guys were faster than us this time. Like, and then the other guys were laughing at them. They were like shaking hands and like high-fiving and stuff. Like, it's all, at the end of the day, they didn't really care. And they were able to laugh about it and joke about it rather than fight over it. That made me happy. You know, I was definitely expecting like there to be some more shoving and pushing and hateful words. There was none of that. It was genuinely just a funny moment that kind of brought four guys closer together who didn't even know each other. It's stuff like that that's cool to me. I was actually trying to film a video at the airport. I had set up my 360 camera. I was sitting at my gate and I was trying to talk to the camera as I was waiting. I can't even use that video because the audio was picking up everything else that was going up in the airport, and you can't really hear me talking. But also there was these 2 or 3 little girls that were playing red light, green light, kind of like that Squid Games game. And they kept running over to me, and they were like right next to me. So they kept getting in the video basically, and I knew I wasn't gonna be able to use the video because I didn't want to put somebody's kids in the video. And instead of getting mad about it, instead of getting frustrated because I was trying to film this video, it was more, I was feeling joy because even at the airport, you know, people get so frustrated with other people's kids and you're supposed to behave a certain way. I felt that anxiety that somebody was going to yell at this person's kids or they were going to give them nasty looks and stuff like that. It was none of that. It was like everybody sitting at the gate was watching these little girls play red light, green light, having fun, and they were all smiling and kind of like playing along with it. I love that. It's a sense of community amongst people that don't even know each other, and rather than operating out of hate or annoyance, everyone was just operating out of happiness and love. And like, to the little girls, it's a fun game, and they see everybody smiling and laughing, and there's no harm in it. So I was happy to stop filming and put that stuff away because I could see this moment happening in front of me, that everybody was laughing and smiling and the girls were having a good time. And I just think that's the way things should be all the time. Like, people should not take things so seriously. It should be about love and happiness and making sure that everybody feels welcome and part of the community. I'm gonna share one more. I have a bunch of these, but I'm gonna share one more, and I think I'm gonna kind of turn this into a series going forward of when I see something that reminds me of love and community and people coming together, I'm gonna write it down and share that in a video. But I'm gonna leave it with one more here that I saw. On the plane, there was, you know, you're supposed to sit down and you take off, and once you get to a certain altitude and there's no more turbulence and all that good stuff, then they'll turn the fasten seatbelt sign off and you can get up and go use the restroom. So on the plane, there was kind of a rush to get to the bathroom, like a bunch of people got up at once, and it died down a bit. At one point, it was 2 guys, it was 2 men waiting for the bathroom, and then a third person, a woman, got up and kind of stood in line behind them. And so once the person that was in the bathroom came out, it was like, it's not like these 2 men had talked about it or anything. Even though they were waiting first and they were waiting longer for the bathroom, they both looked at the woman and they were just like, well, you know, you go ahead, we'll wait, you can go ahead. Just kind of like that chivalrous thing of like, I know it's putting, I don't know, stereotypes or labels, or, I don't care about all that stuff. Like, I still believe that, like, yeah, like, everybody should do it, but men in general, I believe, should be chivalrous, open the door for women, carry heavy things for them, walk on the street side of the sidewalk, like little things like that. It's just something I believe men should do. I believe that's our role. And so I thought it was super cool to see both men being chivalrous and unanimously deciding, without even having to talk to each other, just looking at this woman and saying, ma'am, you go first, we'll wait. It seems like such a little thing, but if everybody did that, and if that's just how people operated, wouldn't the world be a much better place? Like, wouldn't people be happier? And I just remember feeling such a feeling of love and community. Like, I was almost like smiling on the plane. because I was just so grateful that when you look for something, I was looking for the good, I found the good. I'm sure I could have equally looked for all the bad stuff that was going on and how people were mistreating each other, and I would have found maybe double. But if you focus on the good and you be the good, there's gonna be good. But I just wanted to share what I was thankful for in this video, and I hope that it can inspire somebody watching this to do the same. Start a gratitude journal, write down 5 things you're thankful for, or take today to think about and look for 5 things that make you happy. Something you saw that made you happy, something you felt that made you happy. Just reflect on that more. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. I'm so proud of you. Go out and make somebody else's life better today. Stay blessed.